Okay, we've now got our first two pieces on the chimney breast, and now it's time for this small piece here with these tricky cuts around here. Okay, I did size the walls the day before again, but just to aid the slip again, because it's going to be quite difficult here. We're dealing with a thick piece of paper and we've only got a small strip to do, and we're going to try and do it all in one piece. Okay, so I've just put a thin coat of paste on, and that just aid the slip just a little bit. Okay, a little trick for you as well. We're going to put the face of the paper on first, and then we're going to take it around the corners. Okay, so just we'll just put a little measurement. So we need at least 36 centimeters to take it around that corner. So we're going to make a mark on around 38 there, and make sure that sort of sits on that corner. Okay, you'll see what I'm doing in a second. So there's my 38. So as long as I've got that on the edge, that'll give me enough to take it around this corner again, so I can trim it to that internal corner there. Okay. So take your time with this. Okay, it's a little bit tricky, it looks a bit messy initially. Okay, but as soon as you get it on, you'll be fine. Okay, so I'm just going to put the face of the paper on first. Okay. So that's going to give me plenty then to take around there. Just unravel it. Okay, notice I'm not doing anything yet, I'm just trying to get it on this straight line. Okay, just be careful as you pull it apart. Okay, once I've got it on, then I can start working with it. I'm just going to tuck it in. Again, if you've got a marble fireplace, it might be worthwhile protecting it. Okay, that's nicely on the line. A few little paste marks, so we can just easily wipe those off. Disappear. Right, now we need to do our cuts. Okay, so I'm going to find out, let's make just a crease where this edge of the fireplace is. Okay, and I'll just do this, I'll do this corner, and then you can see it, and I'll do that one afterwards. Okay, so I'm finding the very, very edge of this fireplace here. I'll just mark it with a pencil so you can see it. Okay. And you can see that crease there where the fireplace joins the wall. So I'll keep it nice and tight, and I'm just going to make a mark. And again, I'm going to take my Stanley knife, I'm just going to make a small nick in it. I'm going to make a small nick in it around about there and pull it around this way. Okay, because we've got to put some wallpaper into there. Okay, if I was to cut it down there, then you're going to get a gap in there, and we don't want that. So just get a Stanley knife, gently with this, because obviously it's the fireplace, it's going to dig into the timber. So we'll just pull it across, nice and gently, just going through into the paper, not into the timber. Okay, so I made a small incision. I'm going to get my scissors. Nice and gently, get your finger on this point here, okay, otherwise it'll tear. Okay, and just feed it round. Okay. Nice and gently. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second. Right. Nice and straight on that edge. So I'm looking along here now, and if my paper was twisted, it would be coming down. So I'm just going to push it back up so it's nice and straight. Okay, now I've got it into position, I can start on my cuts. So again, we can now start looking at things at 45 degrees. So I'll make a mark with my pencil just so you can see what I'm talking about. So we always come to come to the next point. Okay, so the next point is this point there. Okay, so I'm going to cut a 45-degree angle up that way with my knife. Okay, and that'll then take it into this little arch that we've got here. Okay, but before I do the arch, I've got another point there. So if I was to draw it with a pencil so you can sort of see it, it sort of comes down and then around another edge. So I've cut this one, which is there, and now I'm going to cut this one. Okay, and now this one. Okay. I'm just going to feed it into this corner here. Now, before I cut this section there, I'll draw it with my pencil so you can see it. Okay, I'm going to cut this angle. Again, come away from it, find out where it is with your finger. You make a little crease. Nice sharp blade. Okay, and then into the corner again. Okay, we'll leave that one for a second. And then it shapes around here. It's quite tricky, this. Okay, it's not straight. If I draw it for you. See it start to come around. So I'm now going to take it from where that bulge is there. Little nick. Finish it with my scissors. It looks a bit scruffy because I've been drawing on it. There. Then I've got another little angle here. A little bit more. Okay, into that corner. Now, again now, this bit's stopping me from pushing that into that corner. If I was to push it, you'd create a little hole. So we've got a little a round circle. Again, I'll draw it for you so you can see it. So it comes around like this. Okay, so I'll go to the top of it, and a little nick, and then underneath it, scissors again. Just going to feed it in now, and there should be another other point, and then I've nearly got it. So it's worthwhile if you're doing one of these at home, if you're putting a finished paper on it, just get a cheap roll of lining paper and just have a practice at doing it. Okay. And then just on the top there, push it into that corner. I'm going to do a splice on this corner afterwards. See how it's overlapped on this one. Nice and steady. And get your corking board. Put my glasses on for this one. Okay. Fingers out the way. Okay. Nice sharp blade. And virtually now you're just sort of like levering your standing knife into it, and then just flick it off like that. Okay, a little nice little, put your finger in, okay, and that shows where this sort of angle is, and you just have to go around gently with your knife. Okay, make sure it's nice and sharp. Dries out, that'll be fine. I'm just going to take this weight off here again so it doesn't tear. So I'll find out again where that corner is, which is just there. with a sharp blade. Okay, I'm just going to trim this section off. Then obviously get your sponge, clean everything up. And then I'm going to clean all this down again. I'm going to trim this around here. I'm going to do the splice like I did on this side here. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same on this other piece. Clean it all down and it'll be perfect.